Bonjour et bienvenue à Language Place. Dans cette classe, on va voir les modes et les temps des verbes en français. Today we are going to look at moods and tenses in French verbs. Surely tenses as a topic is not something new to you. In English we have present tense, past tense, past participle, and so on and so forth. So also we have in French. This means moods, while this means tenses. Now, when I say moods, I don't mean moods as in I'm in a bad mood or I'm in a good mood. I mean grammatical moods. Very soon you understand very well what grammatical moods mean. Now, here are the moods in French. We have indicatif, subjonctif, conditionnel, impératif, participe et infinitif. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On a 6 modes en français. We have 6 grammatical modes in French. Indicatif, subjonctif, conditionnel, impératif, participe et infinitif. Très bien. Bon, indicatif. Why do we have indicatif? What is the function of indicatif? Indicatif is a mood mostly used to indicate the tenses or the time when an action takes place, probably presently, in the past, or it will happen in future. It is the most commonly used mood used to indicate when an action takes place, will take place, or took place. It is very useful. You like it. You need it a lot. Subjunctive. Subjunctive can translate to subjunctive in English. Subjunctive is a special French tense used to indicate or used to design possibilities, opinions, fears, and many other subjunctive feelings, probably. Subjunctive is a special tense used to express possibilities, opinions, and feelings on any subject whatsoever. Subjunctive also is a special tense that you like. Conditionnel. Conditionnel could translate to conditional tense, even though I'm not sure that's a tense in English. Conditionnel. Conditionnel is used to express conditional statements. For example, if I want to say, if I have money or if I get my money today, I would buy something tomorrow. That I would is a mood in French. It is a mood in French, conditionnel. Impératif. Impératif is a mood also used in French. It is used to express commands or requests. Imperative is used to express commands or requests. Participe. Participe is a mood in French that will probably translate to participle. Participle in English. Now, participe has 2 tenses underneath, présent and passé. That reminds me, every mood in French has its tenses. Every mood in French has its tenses. As you can see, indicative has its tenses, subjunctive has its tenses, conditionnel has its tenses, imperative has its tenses, even participe has its tenses. Participe. What is participe? In English, it translates to participle. If you have to look at participe présent, it will translate to ing in English. Ing, as in eating, doing, jumping, swimming. We use participe to express that in French. That is present participle or past participle. It's a mood that will also come in handy from time to time. Infinitive. Infinitive also has 2 tenses. Infinitive in English will translate to infinitive. This is English, this is French. Infinitive. Infinitive present is the verb unconjugated. That is the unconjugated form of the verb. For example, if I say manger, manger. If I say manger, this verb is not conjugated yet. This is the infinitive present of the verb manger. This is infinitive present. While infinitive passé is the unconjugated form of passé composé, which we'll see later. For now, indicative. Indicative. Let's come back to indicative. Remember, as I said, if you want to say anything in French, there is 80 or 90% chance that you will be using the mode indicative, because it's either you are talking about the present event, past event, or something you plan to do in future. So indicative is my best mode. Tenses under indicative. The first one we'll see is présent. Présent. Présent de l'indicatif. Présent de l'indicatif, that is présent under indicatif. This is used to express present tense in English. Present tense. Présent de l'indicatif. For example, if I want to say, I am eating rice. I am eating rice. I say, je mange. Je mange du riz. Présent de l'indicatif. Just like present tense in English. Présent de l'indicatif. Je mange du riz. Je mange du riz. I am eating rice. This is présent de l'indicatif. Now, the next tense we have is passé composé. Passé composé. Passé composé would translate to past tense in English. Passé composé would translate to past tense in English. And passé composé is a tense, as its name implies, it is composed of two different verbs. But keep it in mind that it translates to past tense in English. How it is used will be explained in another class. Another tense we have is passé simple. Passé simple. Passé simple also means past tense. Now, don't get confused. Passé composé is past tense. Passé simple is past tense. It's not confusing, it's just beautiful. Passé composé is the normally used past tense. It is the generally used past tense. But passé simple is also used, but most times in literary works, novels and poems. If you are a poet, then you surely use passé simple one day. Another tense that we have under indicative as a mode is imparfait. 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 Now this translates to imperfect tense. Yeah, this exists in English. It's used to express unfinished events in the past. For example, if you were doing something and something happened, you were doing something in the past, you use imparfait to express that. Let me give you an example. I was eating rice when it started raining. I was eating, you were doing something, you've not finished doing it when that thing happened. So that is imperfect tense. To express that in French, you use imparfait. I hope you get that. The next tense is plus que parfait. Plus que parfait. Plus que parfait. Plus que parfait is also, should I say past in French? It also expresses past events. Now you can see this expresses past events, this expresses past events, this expresses past events, and this also expresses past events. So it's no wonder they say French is a beautiful language. French is just beautiful. Plus que parfait, to translate it in English, we would say plus perfect. The plus perfect tense. It is used to express past events that in relation with another past event. For example, if I say I had not eaten when he ate. I had not eaten is plus perfect because you are relating it to another past event, but this one is more, should I say, past than the past events you are relating it to. For example, let me write it on the board. I had not eaten when he ate. This is past. This is past, while this is also past. But this is normal past. We can compare this to passé composé. Ate, normal past, the one you say normally. Passé composé. But this is plus perfect. Why? Because it is showing a past that is even more past than this. So that's what we call plus perfect tense. Plus que parfait. The next tense we'll look at under indicative is futur simple. Or even before that, let's look at one more. Passé antérieur. Passé antérieur. Passé antérieur is also a tense that denotes past. Fortunately, passé antérieur denotes past. Now, passé composé denotes past. Passé simple also denotes past. But this is more literary than this. This is used in novels and literary works, while this is used in everyday life. The same thing applicable to passé antérieur. This is used in everyday life, while this is used in literary works or novels, poems, and so on and so forth. The next one we have is futur simple. Futur simple. Futur simple simply means future tense. Future tense. For example, if I want to say I will eat. Let me not use the verb eat again. Let's say I will run away. I will run away. That's, you express it using futur simple in French. Futur simple. The next one is futur antérieur. Futur antérieur. Futur antérieur is a tense used to express something that you would have done by the time something happens. It's also expressing future, but it means it is not expressing direct future, as in you will do something. It means you will have done something by the time something happens. For example, let's see a sentence that illustrates this so you can understand better. By the time he returns, I will have traveled. By the time he returns, I will have traveled. This is futur antérieur. This is futur antérieur. Très bien. So these are the tenses under indicative. On a présent, passé composé, passé simple, imparfait, plus que parfait, passé antérieur, futur simple, futur antérieur. We will discuss more about these tenses in subsequent classes. Bon, sur ce, je m'arrête pour aujourd'hui. On va se voir dans les prochaines classes. Merci et au revoir.